Hey guys.
Hey.
I can't see anybody. I don't know if it's just me. Oh, there's Kayla. Jessica, Catherine, Emily.
Sorry, that it didn't work for a second.
It's
So
okay. It's people are just popping on. And not everybody will have video, I don't think.
all right, hold
I
on.
think
Let
sometimes
me fix that.
Zoom can be a little confusing.
Yeah, why is start video. Okay. Okay.
Good. Okay. Hey Nikki. Karen. All right. Well, thanks for joining, everybody. We're going to keep tonight relatively simple and short and sweet. We're going to share some testimonies, talk a little bit about some of our favorite products and the opportunity that Plexus has given a lot of us. So I'm going to start. I am a senior Ruby with Plexus Worldwide. I have gone in the last 2.5 years from a extremely skeptical customer. Hold on, I'm going to mute everybody so that we can hear. Hold on a second. Okay, there we go. Can you all still hear me? Okay. So I have gone from a skeptical customer to a full-fledged, full-time Plexus ambassador who is very blessed to be working from home and now a stay-at-home mom as a result. So about 2.5 years ago, I was giving birth to my third child. I now have 4. And I sat in the hospital and I felt pretty depressed, dealing with a lot of issues from things like insomnia, acne, pain, just kind of generalized. I had plantar fasciitis, as well as Hashimoto's, which is an autoimmune thyroid disorder, which probably was the catalyst for a lot of the symptoms that I was experiencing. I was on medication, actually 6 medications at that point, to kind of help with my thyroid, but also help with the other things that I was experiencing. I saw a friend post on Facebook about something called Plexus. I thought it was for weight loss. To be honest, I didn't really care, and I didn't do any research. I just thought, hey, maybe this is a quick way for me to lose some weight, right? Because we all want that. So I just actually started taking it when breastfeeding failed for the 3rd time. And what I noticed is what has changed kind of the course of my life. Not only was it helping me to have better control over the food choices I was making, but my mood started to improve, my sleep started to improve, my clarity. I had tremendous brain fog and just inability to concentrate, fatigue, obviously, because I wasn't sleeping. And so these things started to change. My background is in mental health and counseling, and I had such a strong interest in how it was changing my mood and just kind of the psychological things behind it, that I started to do some research and found out that what I was taking was actually rooted at three very important things for our body, which is leveling blood sugar, decreasing inflammation, and working on our gut health and healing it. Those 3 things are also responsible for allowing our bodies to naturally let go of excess fat, which is a beautiful thing, fat loss. I always encourage people to stay off the scale, but to really focus on fat loss and getting your body into that kind of machine where you're able to burn fat. So those 3 things have afforded me in the 2.5 years to get off of 5 of my 6 medications, and to be on the lowest dose of my thyroid medication, and hopefully with plans to get off. Like I said, I did have a 4th baby, so things had to be monitored pretty closely while I was pregnant. But through all of this, my hope and dreams were to never have a business. This is kind of an accidental business that started because of my passion and just my will to share it with people. A lot of the people on my team and this Zoom, I knew a long time ago, and then we just talked. I mean, they noticed something that was going on in my life that was different. And then there's people on here that I've never, met before Plexus, and I just have shared it with them because they've come across my path in some way, shape, or form. And it's just been an absolute blessing to be able to focus on my health, be healthier than I've ever been. My family is extremely healthy, and I'm able to help people all over the United States reach their health goals while I stay at home with my babies and make more than I did with my master's. It's a dream come true, and I want this for anybody. The health, the opportunity side of it is, they're equally amazing in my opinion. So I'm going to let Emily share her testimony, and then Jessica, and then we'll talk a little bit about the Fab Four and answer questions.
All right. Thanks, Kate.
Sure.
Hi, I'm Emily Margosian, and I'm a Senior Gold Ambassador. And I started the products in May of 2015. And I guess the main reason I started, I had a few pounds that I wanted to lose, and it kind of sounds silly now. But shortly after, my results were kind of quick, but they were a little different than what I expected. Within a month, I found that I had more energy. And that's been one of the main things that I've found from Plexus, is that I don't crave those naps anymore. I have 2 kids. I have a 9-year-old and a 5-year-old, and I still have a lot of sleepless nights. My pets also cause sleepless nights, and I just never had the craving to, take a nap. I felt like before, even if I got a good night's rest, I would want to take a nap because I just didn't have a lot of energy. So I love my sustained energy. Another thing that I found relief from was my bloating. So Kate mentioned, she just had a baby. I kind of felt like I looked like I was going to have a baby sometimes because I would get so bloated. And, no jokes aside, that's how I felt. My stomach would be uncomfortable. And I went gluten-free. I tried other natural supplements, and I've really gotten a lot of relief from that. I never get bloated anymore. I don't have the stomach pain that would sometimes kind of land me in my bed, with like a serious stomach ache. So that's been a blessing for me. Some of the other things that I think aren't, so you can't see it on the outside as much, is that my family, like Kate has said, is so much healthier. We have a stronger immunity. We barely ever get sick. And I feel like if we do get sick, it's shortened. So if somebody has, something for 5 days, we get it for 1 day. And that is a complete relief as a mom. And then I think another thing that a lot of people don't think of is kind of what is happening behind the scenes. When I went for my yearly checkup the first year that I was on Plexus, I was astounded to find that even though I didn't have high cholesterol, that it went down. My glucose level went down, and my thyroid levels. So there's so much more that is going on. And that was just a really nice thing for me to see too. And my husband's cholesterol went down too. So when I started, my friend Jessica, who you'll meet in a little bit, said, if you decide to join, you could tell a few friends and maybe get your products for free. And I did. And it kind of was like this little bug that caught in me. I am a stay-at-home mom, and I used to teach about 10 years ago. And I just found that I kind of craved that adult interaction. That after kind of just telling a few friends, I love to build relationships. I love to meet new people. So I kind of come across that naturally. But I felt that when I was helping people that it kind of just inspired me. It made me feel motivated. It made me feel proud. Kind of new feelings that I hadn't felt for a while, from like the teaching part of my my days that I'm not going back to. But So that was just really, really nice for me. And I think just moving forward, now that I have a team like Kate does of over 50 people, I just love helping people feel better. And every time somebody comes to me and says, thank you for sharing Plexus, it's a reminder of why I do this. And I'm thankful it came into my life.
Hey guys, so my name is Jessica and I have been taking Plexus products for 2 years now. I'm also a Senior Gold Ambassador. Kate actually introduced me to the products. She had been posting on Facebook for quite some time, for several months, and I just was super skeptical about it. I think I actually had more than 2 conversations with her and then ultimately still didn't try it. I had been on High Quality Supplements, a very well-known company for, I started 9 years ago with that. So I just felt like, I was doing all the right things, but yet after my 3rd baby, I was still really unhappy with how I was feeling on a daily basis. The real reason I started Plexus is I was like super upset that I just could not get rid of these stubborn 10 pounds that I still had from my 3rd baby. So ultimately, that's why I decided to start Plexus. I started to lose weight. Now, for me, I didn't see the weight loss results that some people do see right away. It took me actually into my 3rd month before I saw that. I almost quit actually after a few weeks. Kate had to walk me through it. But what I did realize, and you'll hear, if you start Plexus, you'll hear what we talk about non-scale victories. And really, those are what is so amazing about Plexus. My non-scale victories, the number one thing that I noticed right away was that I just had such a better mood. I'm also a stay-at-home mom. I have 3 young kids, and I just kind of some days felt out of my mind. So that was one of the very first things that I noticed, and it was just huge. I also noticed that I had more energy. I also felt, I think Emily was the one that said in the afternoons, feeling like you had to nap, when the baby napped. So I had that feeling almost every day, and I didn't feel that way after starting the Plexus products. So those were the 2 things that kind of kept me going. A couple months down the line, now I used to battle, so even though I was on these, again, high quality supplements, I battled major seasonal allergies as well as acid reflux. Acid reflux would actually put me into the ER several times because I had an esophageal spasm. So those were the things, again, not an overnight fix, but as the months went on, that I noticed that my seasonal allergies had disappeared. So really, I started in February of 2015, so 2 years now. I have not had to take 1 ounce of Zyrtec. Not Zyrtec. What's this? See, I forget the name of it. What's the allergy medication? It starts with a Z. You guys know what I'm talking about. What's the allergy medication? See, I forget. Not Allegra. What's the other one?
Claritin?
No, there's a Z one. Is it Zyrtec?
I think it is.
Oh, it is Zyrtec. Oh, my husband's yelling, yeah. So you see, I haven't had to take it for a while.
That's awesome.
I used to take that every single day, and like the nose stuff. Anyway, so the seasonal allergies are probably one of my favorite things. But my acid reflux, like I haven't had any esophageal spasms, any ER visits in a super long time. So it's those types of things that have really turned my health around. I can talk about my family. My husband has gone in for blood work and seen a great increase there. He battled psoriasis and has seen improvements there. My kids actually, so we had respiratory issues for my daughter that, again, just constant doctor visits. And she hasn't had 1 respiratory instance in over a year. So it's those things that really, truly, we say that Plexus changes our lives, and it really, really does, because those are things that made it really hard. Every time, she would get sick, it would immediately turn croupy and we'd have to go to the doctor. And, you start saving on copays and things like that by just not having to buy medicine or go to the doctor. I know I'm probably missing something. So it's done so much for me, but, the opportunity, again, I'm a stay-at-home mom as well. It's nice just to be able to earn my own money, to be honest. My husband and I, we just fight less about money. I like to spend it, but, so now it's just like I'm making this money that I'm able to spend on the fun little things, whether it be for myself or my kids. We're able to do more for our family and give and stuff like that. So I also feel like this business is something that you get out of it what you put into it. So if you want to, go to the top of the company and make $500,000 year, you can do that. You can really work hard and do that. If all you want to do is get your products paid for, you want to make $1,000 a month, then that's the type of time you put in. So you make it what you want it to be. So I think that's all I want to share. Kate's going to talk about the our most popular 4 products.
Yes. Yes. And I agree with you, Jessica. I mean, it really is one of those businesses. It's a turnkey business. I mean, for $34.95, you have a business. It's crazy to me. And that's kind of why I laughed at it in the beginning, because I kind of thought it was a joke. It's not. I mean, I'm living proof. We're living proof that it's not a joke. And, depending on what you want, and you can get there. We have an incredible support system. And that's one of the other amazing benefits is all these people are now my friends. And I never would have met a lot of them if it wasn't for Plexus. And that is something that I never knew I needed. And one of the biggest blessings is just this community of people that have the same goals in life of being healthy and helping their families. And so it's fun. So yeah, I'm going to talk about the 4 main products real quick. So I don't know if you all can see me that are on the phone, but I'm going to hold it up anyway. So this is our Slim. It is our flagship product and one of our first consumable products. We actually started out as a breast health company, hence all the pink. But this is Slim. It comes in a bag and then 30 packets of this. And you mix it in water. You drink it in the morning, and 20 to 30 minutes later, you eat your breakfast and go about your day. Drink lots of water. Slim was originally created for type 2 diabetics, okay, to help stabilize blood sugars or keep blood sugars at healthy levels. And not only did it do that for the diabetics, the type 2 diabetics, but it also helped people to lose weight. And the reason is kind of twofold. One, when your blood sugar is level, you don't have those crashes. So you're not having those cravings. Your appetite is better controlled. Binge eating is reduced. Also, when your blood sugar is level, it allows your body to naturally let go of excess fat. And as you drink the water, it flushes the fat out that the Slim is breaking down. So I always think about that when I'm trying to get my water in for the day, that it's flushing out fat. So keep drinking your water. So that is Slim, super simple. Also, one more thing I want to make note about. It has something called alpha lipoic acid in it, which is a natural pain anti-inflammatory component that can help a lot of people with various things. I know a lot of people who have fibromyalgia or who have any kind of pain related to arthritis, or I don't know if I can think of anything else off the bat. But those types of things, people can find relief from the alpha lipoic acid that's in Slim. It is great. Also, leveling your blood sugar helps with your hormones. So there's a strong link between hormones and blood sugar. There's a link between blood sugar and blood pressure. I mean, there's lots of links. So I definitely encourage people to do their research on our products. Use a reputable source, a quality source, not people's blogs. But PubMed is a great website that's free, and you can plug in the ingredients on the back of our packaging or from our websites. That's where you can get the real ingredients, and look it up and see what it does, and you'll see for yourself why people are having such great results. One of my favorite products that I will never go a day without, and I make sure I always have extra because I'm nervous to run out, is our ProBio 5. It is our probiotic. It is single-handedly changed my life, and I think everybody else would probably agree that's on this Zoom. It's extremely special because it has enzymes and antifungals that can actually get through the outer shell of the yeast it's trying to kill. The yeast, called Candida yeast, is basically what wreaks havoc in our gut and causes all sorts of things. Well, it causes leaky gut, which basically means that toxins, food particles are leaking into our bloodstream and causing a lot of our issues. Anything from eczema to arthritis to ADHD, it can all play a role. So as we heal our guts and kill this yeast, we can notice a lot of times that our symptoms to a lot of these issues seem to disappear. Like Jessica was talking about her allergies, my thyroid issues. We are not claiming that Plexus is curing things. It is actually working on your gut health. And when that happens, some beautiful things happen with it. So that is our probiotic. It's awesome. BioCleanse. Don't be scared of the word cleanse. It is a gentle gastrointestinal cleanse that is taken daily, but it also helps to oxygenate your body, which boosts your immune system. 80% of your immune system is connected to your gut. In addition, it can boost your metabolism as it's doing that. So in a nutshell, the probiotic kills the yeast. The BioCleanse gets that yeast out. It's actually an oxygenated magnesium supplement, the BioCleanse. But they work together. They're a team. I rarely have people take one without the other. It's just a good team to take together. Dosing varies, so work with your ambassador on how to best start that and take that. The last thing I'm going to talk about is our X Factor. It is the only fully methylated vitamin on the market. It has a patented aloe blend in it, which helps you absorb things by up to 400% more. It doesn't produce neon P, which I think is the most basic way to describe what it's doing, because you're actually absorbing the vitamins that are in here, as well as the other things in your supplements and foods, instead of excreting it immediately from your body, okay, in your urine. So it's awesome. It has thiamine in it, which is great for your thyroid. Aloe is just kind of a gift from God. It basically takes nutrients to the cells deficient in it. It kind of acts like a taxi driver, which is pretty cool. And so it also gives me energy. I've never, ever, ever had energy from a vitamin before, and I absolutely love it. So that is our Fab 4 in a very brief way. Does anybody have any questions or about the products, or want to share anything, any of the ambassadors that are on here, or about the opportunity? Let me unmute everybody. Okay, everybody's unmuted. So anybody that has any, health concerns that they want to talk about or questions about the products, I'm happy to answer. Silent. Okay. Well, I encourage everybody to go back to the ambassador that invited them on the Zoom. And, ask questions if you do have any, and explore some of the products and what they might be able to do for you. You never know. We do offer a 60-day money-back guarantee, so there is absolutely no risk at all. You don't get that at GNC. So it's worth a shot. And we would be happy to welcome you and help you with your regimen. Hold on, when is a good time to take the BioCleanse? Okay, so this is a great question, and it actually varies from person to person. So I always start my people off pretty much what it says on the bottle, which is in between meals, okay? I have them start with 1 and 1. And then stay there for a couple days and move up to 4 if that's something that their body can handle and they feel comfortable with. That being said, I know a lot of people, including myself, that cannot remember for the life of them to take anything in between meals, okay? I'm a busy mom of 4 little kids. The last thing I can do is remember to stop in the middle of the day and say, oh, I got to take my BioCleanse. So for me, I take all of mine in the morning. Okay. I used to take them all at night, but I kind of switched things up a little bit. So I take my BioCleanse in the morning with my Slim. If you're going to do it that way, it's totally fine. Timing is, consistency is always going to trump timing. If at all fails and you forget to take something, just take it. I mean, it's really that simple. Just take it. You should take it over worrying about if it's the right time to take it, because everybody's body is so different. Some people feel like BioCleanse can give them some energy, so they don't like to take it at night because it interrupts their sleep. Some people feel like it makes them sleepy. So you have to kind of feel out what you're feeling on it. But I like to take mine. I take 3 to 4 in the morning, depending, and sometimes I'll take one later in the day too. You want to be regular, okay? This is not a laxative. It's not specifically for regularity, but it is one of the jobs that it does. And being regular means using the bathroom 3 times a day. At the most, 2 to 3 times a day is really good. They say what goes in should come out. You need to be constantly, utilizing the cleanse to clean out your digestive tract. They say you can have up to 20 pounds of waste in you, and that's not good. So I encourage everybody to kind of play with the timing to find what works best for them. And don't start with 4. You start with 1, and then you build up. And then there's another question. I love the questions. Thank you. Can you share some benefits and side effects of the Accelerator and Edge? Absolutely. So the Accelerator is actually a companion product to Slim. You don't take it alone. It's not a standalone product. You take it with Slim, and it works synergistically with it. It helps to increase your metabolism and burn fat. You should not take Accelerator if you have any kind of blood pressure issues, or are on an antidepressant, an SSRI, a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor.
We see that.
Because 5-HTP is in Accelerator, which is a natural serotonin releaser, and you don't want to have too much serotonin. I'm not a doctor, but I do have a mental health background, so I know a little bit more about the SSRI perspective. I always encourage people to just take their supplements, if they're taking medicines, right, medications, to their pharmacist. This is their job, okay? They can tell you interactions, things like that, or talk to your doctor, whoever you feel comfortable with and who is on board with you. But, you just have to be aware of what you're putting in your body. The Accelerator, the only difference with your regimen with the Accelerator and Slim is that you don't wait to eat. With Slim, you wait 20 to 30 minutes to eat your breakfast. And when you take Accelerator, you don't wait. You just take 1 Accelerator with your Slim, and then you eat. You can add a second Accelerator after a little bit if you want, or you can add it, before lunch, whatever works best for you. And then the Edge is actually our newest supplement, and it produces, and the benefits are increased clarity, energy, and just overall, it's a natural energy. It's not caffeine related. Those of you who take Edge and love it, do you want to share maybe a little bit about it? I think Julie takes it. You want to share, Julie?
I apologize. I got screaming kids all over the place.
Girl, I get it. Don't worry.
Actually, there's quite a few people in my family that take it. I take it in the mornings just to kind of stay awake with 5 kids running around and 3 dogs and a husband and whatnot. But the biggest thing that we use it for is my son. He's 15 years old. He has ADHD and Asperger's. And I was never really happy with any of the medications he was on for his ADHD. They seemed to work. They were actually causing some growth issues in him as well. So when this came out last summer, I was like, perfect time to try this for him. He's not at school, so we can kind of see what happens. And he's been on it ever since. So just like the very first day, like him being able to sit down, and he completed like 3 tasks in a row, which, is huge for a kid with ADHD. But, and it's just, I feel more comfortable having him take that every day than giving him, something that apparently is, hi dog, affecting other things in his life. And then also my husband takes it in the afternoon. He actually has a mild form of narcolepsy. So afternoon rolls around and he could pretty much just lay down anywhere and take a nap. So he was taking Ritalin in the afternoon, and we've actually replaced his low dose Ritalin in the afternoon with Edge. So.
That's awesome. Thank you, Julie, for sharing. So bottom line, increased focus, clarity, energy, natural. I know Nicole's sister-in-law, her husband's a truck driver, and I do know other truck drivers that love Edge instead of, slamming Red Bulls and energy drinks that can cause a lot of side effects. So that's a great option for that too. All right. Any other questions? You're welcome. Let's see. Awesome. Okay, guys. Well, thanks for hopping on, Jess and Emily and Julie. Thank you for sharing your testimonies, and have a good night. Oh, wait, there's one more question. Can you tell us about Block? Yes, really quickly, I will. It's actually one of my favorite products. It's another glucose stabilizer. Glycemic index helps with that. But basically, the brown seaweed in the Block expands in your stomach. Also, so basically, it can kind of increase your feeling of fullness with a meal, so you don't eat as much, but also it blocks up to 40% of carbs and sugar from converting to fat and being stored that way. So it's a major fat burner. It does not block the absorption of any nutrients, and that's key. I don't know if you all remember that thing called Ally that came out a long time ago that like blocks fats, and there's this crazy symptom. What are those called? Side effects that come with it. It's not like that at all, but it can be great if taken, even on a daily basis. Some people just like to keep a bottle around for when they have pizza. I mean, you can use it however you want to, but it's a great carb blocker. The only way I suggest not to use it is to say, oh, well, I'll just take Block and eat bad. I mean, that's not the purpose, but it is a great kind of tool to have on hand. Super Bowl Sunday, it came in pretty handy for a lot of people I know. So. All right, guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.